Want to see how I achieve this very beautiful spring look? Then stay tuned. Welcome to Your Beauty Story. I am Amanda Hall, and today we are going to play with some new to me products, some new to the market products, and some staple everyday products in my collection. So let's get started. As the days get longer and the sun stays out more, it's even more important to wear sunscreen. So I'm going to give this NYX Blur Screen a try today underneath my makeup, and we'll just hope it plays well. So I'm gonna get, this is what it looks like. You see that. So it is definitely white. Let's see if it, oh, it doesn't look like it's gonna leave a white cast. Yeah. Oh no, It definitely smells like sunscreen. It has a very, you know, that sunscreen feel. It's a little thicker. So I'm going to give that a chance to soak in a little bit. But let me share with you then some of the new products that we are going to try. That was one of them. I also got my hands on the new NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit. I have a new foundation to try, and it's the Revlon Age Defying Foundation. It does have SPF 20 in it. We'll see how that works. I have a new concealer to try. It is the CoverGirl True Blend. And then I picked up at the Ulta sale the Nabla Cutie Palette in the shade Wild Berry. So I'm excited to give that a try. And then I picked up a new shade in the pressed powder of ColourPop called New to You. So those are the new products that we're going to be giving a try. So I think this has had a chance. It's not sticky. It dried down. It looks like it soaked really well into my skin. I'm going to go ahead and start with a little bit of corrector under my eyes. And I am just using, I really have fallen in love with this Makeup Revolution under eye corrector. And I'm going to just use my Gem Phelps Doll 10 brush collection. This is her flat brush. And we're just going to go ahead and try to hide these dark circles underneath my eyes to the best of my ability. I just really like the creaminess of this. I like the coverage. I haven't had any issues with pilling underneath my eyes with any of the concealers that I have worn with this. And so it has been, I have been working it into my rotation pretty much every day. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pat that in with my fingers. So you can see that gives a pretty decent coverage underneath the eyes. All right, so we're going to go in with this True Blend concealer, and this actually is made in the USA. I don't know what the claims are for this, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try and see how it works. Let's see. Exactly. Also has a really big doe foot applicator. You can see that. I'll show you the color. I have light nude. So this should be a brightening shade underneath my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and put a dot there, just a little bit there. And then we'll carry that out to the, I'm just going to move this out. I'll put it right about here, and then we'll move it out to the outer part of my eye. So let's just go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and press this in with my fingers. I mean, it feels very hydrating under the eyes. Does not feel, doesn't really feel heavy. Uh, it feels nice. All right, let's see how it's looking. I would say that this is pretty like a medium coverage, I'm thinking. I probably used a little too much, but here is how it looks underneath my eyes. All right, so that is that. Let's go ahead and move on to the foundation. Now let's see if they actually include any claims on the bottle. And it says it's just a broad spectrum SPF. This is the color Honey Beige. And let's see if it has any claims here. It helps prevent sunburn if used as directed. I'm guessing you'd probably have to put a lot on. All right, so we're going to give this a try. This is I believe, a newer foundation, but not a new foundation. So here is the color. And it's not a super liquidy foundation. So let's see here. I think I'm going to try to do this today with a damp sponge and see how that goes. Since this is looks like it's a little bit of a thicker formula, maybe we'll try to get this with a sponge to see how we can get that blended in. It looks like it might be a pretty decent color match for me, but let's go ahead and just start getting this pressed in. Now again, when you use a sponge, it is usually going to shear out your foundation application or even your product application, anything you use with your sponge, it's going to shear it out a little bit more. And for summer, or for spring and summer, you usually want a little bit lighter of an application. And so using a sponge is a good way to achieve that, especially if it is a full coverage foundation. You want to get an extended, if you wanted to get a lighter look and it's your favorite foundation, go in with a beauty sponge and that'll help it shear out a little bit. I mean, this is going on really well. It feels a little bit drying. It's not super hydrating. Like, it doesn't feel like it's super hydrating on the skin. Now I'll have to see how this continues to dry down and how it feels. I have extremely dry and mature skin. It looks like it's going well so far with the sunscreen underneath, which is a good sign. We're just gonna move some of that color down the neck. Huh. What do you think? I think that's a pretty decent color match. Again, it does feel a little bit drying on the eye, on the face. And I am noticing that the concealer is starting to crease a little bit more than I would like. I don't really want to set it down with a powder because I kind of want to see how it plays throughout the day. But let's go ahead and do my brows, and I'm going to use the NYX Micro Brow in the color gray. So this is the micro tip, and we're going to use the color gray. So go in and get my brows done. Now this usually takes the most time to get done. And I watch a lot of influencers, and they usually do their eyebrows before they even come on. But I would just like to show you how everything applies. That's kind of why I do these uncut. so that you can see how they actually apply. And so this is one of my favorite brow pencils. I've really been loving the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. That is a really great product. And I've been playing still with the Makeup Revolution one. It doesn't keep that shape, and it's not like you can sharpen it. So if you didn't see my latest video, I'll put it up there in one of the corners. Corner. And excuse me, I am babysitting my grand puppy, and that was her you heard. So that's one of these things about doing life happens, right? I'm sure that, you know, if you have pets or you have kids or you have grandkids, you know, it's not always easy to keep everyone to be quiet, especially animals and especially young children, when you're trying to get stuff done or you need them to be quiet. So it looks like I have got this pretty well dialed in. I go ahead and give that a brush through and just, not sure if you noticed or not, if you have watched me for a little while, I did get quite a bit of my hair cut off, probably about 1.5 inches. And I went a little bit more gray to get back to my more natural gray that's coming in. So that is that new look. That is a new look for spring that I'm super excited about. I think my stylist did a really great job coloring my hair this time. And I think that my natural gray will start to grow and grow and grow more. And so I'll have to stop. I'll get to stop coloring at some point. But I'm going to go ahead and just use the NYX brow glue. I love this stuff. This stuff holds like crazy. You've seen me use this before. This is definitely one of those holy grail items for me that I love. I'm getting ready to take a 2-week trip. And so you'll be seeing what makeup I actually love and use pretty much daily that I will take with me on a 2-week trip. Luckily, I'm just going to family's house, so I don't have to pack a lot because I'll be able to do laundry. But all right, so the eyebrows are now done. Let's finish off the face and then we'll go into the palette. And I'm just going to use my everyday. This will definitely be in my makeup kit for my travel. And this is the bronzer stick in Laguna Beach from ColourPop. And this by far is probably my favorite bronzer contour. And so it just glides on like butter. And we're going to use the new Butter Biscuit Butter Melt from NYX. The great thing, you know, the reason you use contour is to kind of shadow push back things that you want to give some structure to your face, or you want to make things look a little more chiseled. I like to, you know, kind of push back my jowls a little bit. I like to give some contour to my cheeks. And then just basically warm up the forehead to kind of make it look all pretty cohesive. So we're just going to press this in. This is the Sigma F85 Airbrush Kabuki brush from Sigma. I love my Sigma brushes. They have great sales, so you can get great makeup brushes and products at really pretty reasonable prices, considering they're, you know, more of a high-end brand. And I am one who will invest in makeup brushes. Now, I do have some really great affordable and drugstore ones that I like too. But I do invest in brushes because I use them every day. So they more than pay for themselves. So they're some of the great brushes on the market. Real Techniques is great. Morphe brushes are really nice. There's a brand on Amazon called Jessup. Those are really good. I think those are more like a dupe for the Morphe Ariel brushes. I like the Morphe Ariel brushes. Those really aren't affordable because they're over $100 for, I mean, you get quite a few for over $100, but they're a little more on the pricier side for affordable. So we just went ahead and let me get the nose blended in. And so like I like to contour the side of my nose. And then I have this little dent that comes down here that I don't like. And so putting some contour there kind of pushes that back. So it doesn't look like I have a little downturn to my nose. All right, so let's go ahead and open. Now, this pan size is almost like the size of a like old school blush. And so it's not super big, but it is definitely like the size of an old school blush. This is a really beautiful color. So I'm hoping this, you know, who knows, this might replace my Essence if this is a good color. The Essence one that I use all the time. So let's go ahead and just slightly get this on to kind of set down. That's actually really pretty. It's a little warmer than I expected, but I'm not mad at it because especially during the spring and summer as the sun is out more and we get more exposed to the sun, we tend to get a little tanner and a little more sun-kissed. So here is the bronzer on. Let me see if I can turn down these lights just a teeny bit and see if that gives you a better look at the color here. This is nice. We'll see how it holds up throughout the day. I'm going to go in with one of my favorite products, and this is the actual original version of the Juvia's Place blushers, liquid blush, and this is in Blushed Lily, and I'm just going to go and use this as my base. And remember, I told you guys, you just have to use the tiniest of drops, like literally that little tiny drop will cover my entire face. And this is the original version, not the blush lighter version. Because I wanted to try out this new pressed powder, I just wanted to go with something a little more matte underneath so we could give that a try. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just using my Amazon Kabuki brush to go ahead and get this put on my face. So we're just going for that very sun-lived spring, fresh, pink, purpley look, which I just love. I mean, I am a purple girl through and through when it comes to my eyeshadows. So I'm excited about this palette. One of the YouTubers that I follow, her name is Mandy Lee. She is in her mid 40s. She loves these Nabla palettes. And so I'm excited to give that particular color scheme a try. So here is the ColourPop pressed powder in New to You. Let me go ahead and give this a swatch. I have this formula in other colors, but so that you can see that it's just a really nice pink. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to use the Sigma F10 powder brush. And we're just going to go ahead and just lightly just tap that over what I already have on. Now, it looks like I probably went a little heavy on the bronzer melt. So I'm just going to go back in with my sponge and try to tap that down a little bit and just kind of go over the edges here. So there's nothing too harsh with my blush. So there we go. Now let's move on to the palette. I am so excited about this. Let me go ahead and get this opened up. Okay, finally got it opened. Now, can I get it out? That's the question. All right. So here, oh, wow. These are really pretty colors. Again, it's interesting how the colors look on the website a lot different than they look here in person. And you can see, so let me go ahead and swatch these for you. Let me wipe off. Okay, so the colors here are, let's see here. We got incense, venom. What the heck does that say? Let's see. It says bucklick, baby, then alchemy 2.0, blackberry, and botanic nude. Interesting names, but those are the colors. I think I'm going to go with, I'm going to have to do a better job of swatching these. So maybe I'll put an insert swatch of these so you get a better idea of what these actually look like. I think I'm going to try to use just the 3 colors here. I'm going to go in with, I guess I'll go in with incense in the crease area, venom well, I should say as my neutral color. I'm going to go in with venom kind of in the crease to deepen that. I'm going to go with blackberry in the outer corner, and then we'll use alchemy as the topper. That's what I think I'm going to do. So this is, I'm going to try to do, these are pretty pigmented. So I'm going to try to just go in really lightly with these colors to just get a nice spring look. I guess I thought that this would be, you know, a little more on the berry side. Some of these colors look very coral and not as berry to me. I'm just going to get this as a color kind of just to give us a working spot. Actually, what I think I'm going to do here is then I'm just going to use the blackberry lightly in this area here because this is pretty pigmented. So I'm just going to go in to kind of get this starting to build up a little bit on the outer corner. I mean, they seem to be blending pretty easily, which is good. You know, this is a little more of a, I should say this is a more high-end eyeshadow palette. You know, $13 at half off at Ulta. It's normally $26 for 6 shades, is a little on the higher price side. But they are blending very nicely. And I did not put any primer or anything down. I usually like to see how it wears without a primer first, and then go in with a primer and see. I like to know, you know, can I use this for a just quick shadow day where I just need to wear it for a couple hours and I don't need to put any primer on my eyes? Or is this one that is gonna, you know, fade pretty quickly, and if I'm gonna wear it for any length of time, I need to put a primer on. So that's why I did not prime my eyes, because I like to see, at least these first times I wear these, how they hold up. So, I mean, this blackberry color is very pretty. So this color story reminds me of the one of the newest Anastasia palettes. I believe it's the Fall Romance. This color story really reminds me of that, and so I'm trying to make this as springy as possible. And so I think I'm just going to go back into the brush that I used to put on the foundation color to just kind of blend this out a little bit. And I think I am going to just do a light tapping of that really bright color, which is Venom. and just do a light brush of that on my entire lid. And then we'll go in with that topper shade to make it really pop. So that is Venom. Get that put on this other eye here. I mean, it is nice that it has a mirror in it, so it's very travel friendly. It seems like. Now, will this be a palette I take with me? Probably not. I'm probably going to take one of my, you know, go-to palettes that I've used for a really long time with me on my trip. But this is definitely something that I will be playing with some more to see. I'm sure you could get a really nice like coral look with this. It's just not something that I'm really excited about with that. I'm just going to run with this Sigma E45 tapered, small tapered brush. I'm just going to run a little bit of that blackberry underneath my eye. Just to kind of tie in that bottom up here. Just to smoke it out a little bit. Now, spring to you might be a little bit of a lighter look than I am doing. I just love a glam look. And so this is my spring look. So you might be going, oh my gosh, that's so dark, or that's, you know, that's way more eyeshadow than I would do. I'm that girl. I am that glam. I like to do a glam makeup look. And so that is that. Now I'm going to go ahead and then with Alchemy 2.0, which is this kind of topper shade, and just go over that. Oh, that's pretty. Now that is a beautiful topper shade. Wow, that is really pretty. See the color on that? That is really, really pretty. I like that a lot. Now, would this probably be a palette that I would repurchase? I would recommend the formula. The formula is amazing. I think this is blending in really well. It is a nice and easy, smooth blend. For me, this is not, because I probably will not use this color very often. I definitely won't use that color. I may use this color, but it just, those are more coral colors. You know, pretty much I'll be sticking to these three colors. So not a super versatile palette for me, but it is a very nice palette. And if you like this color story, I know they have some very beautiful other color stories. I wish it had a little more the berry colors in it. I wish there was a little more pinks and purples. But it is a very nice formula and a very nice product. So there's the look. And then let me grab a black liner. Do I want to use this one? Nope. Don't want to use that one. Let me see here. I don't know why I'm having trouble here. Let me actually just use, nope, that's one of those. Let me just use I'm going to use this ColourPop purple. And just go in and run this along the waterline just to give it a little bit of pop. Just to add a little bit more purple to that look. All right, so that's that. Let me go ahead and run. This is just a mini size of the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick mascara. I just use this on my bottom lashes. And so just let me get that put on really quick. And then There I am, opening my mouth again. Okay. Just go in, and I'm just going to brush over this real quick. Oh, that's also what I'm going to do. Let me go ahead and put in the topper color into my brow bone, and then also into the, put it back in the package to put it in my collection here to just give this a little oomph. I'm going to put this up in the brow bone. And then put this a little bit more in the inner corner. Bring that down. Just to kind of tie that all together. Okay. Well, this is the makeup look. Let me go get ready, and I'll finish off with some new lip products, and we'll finish the look and talk about all the products. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with my hair done and I'm dressed, and I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and put on the lipstick and finish off the look, and then let's talk about the products. So I am going to be using these Essence 8-Hour Matte Contour Lip Liner, and this is in Cool Mauve. I'll show you the color of that. Let's see. So I'm gonna use this to line my lips. Okay, and then I'm just gonna shadow in a little bit here. I don't think this is gonna do much good because I think the lip color I is gonna use is very similar to this. I'll go ahead and get a little bit of shadowing, contouring. Okay, so that's Cool Mauve. That's the Essence 8-Hour Matte. And then I got this L'Oreal Color Rich Matte in Aromatte Icy Rose. This is color 720, and it is a matte color. And I usually am not a huge fan of matte colors, but when I saw this color, I was like, ooh, I gotta get that. I usually will just top a matte color with gloss. So, oh wow. This is very creamy for a matte color. Wow. Now that does have that L'Oreal scent to it. It's a little flowery, rosy kind of scent to it. I don't think it's a big deal, but if you're like sensitive to smell, this definitely does have a scent. And then I'm just gonna go in with the Sephora Collection Glossed in the color Lover, which is just a pink sparkle, just to give this a little bit of ampage. I always like a good sparkle lip, just like a good sparkle eye. All right, so we got that. We got the finished look. So let's talk about my thoughts on these products. And I definitely have some thoughts. The True Blend concealer. It's actually very brightening. It is, you know, it is sitting actually nice on the eyes. I mean, it definitely is creasing quite a bit more than I would have liked. But it's a nice product. Replacing Holy Grail status, maybe not, but it is a nice coverage and it is definitely brightening, which I do very much like. The one thing I skipped talking about, which was the first step, was the NYX blur screen, and it is playing very well. I think under the makeup I got no peeling, which is nice. However, I'll have to see if this is maybe the cause of why this product is having a little bit of caking issue around where my fine lines and or my deeper lines and wrinkles are. I feel like it's just it's a little cakey, and I even used a sponge, which usually tends to shear things out. And so not super excited about that. I'll have to play with this maybe without a sunscreen on maybe a day that I'm just gonna be working from home all day, or we'll be home most of the day, and see how this wears without the sunscreen underneath it and see if that is the problem. Maybe I'll do a short on this to kind of update you on that. So that is the foundation. Of course, I really love this Revolution concealer. The color corrector, this is really, really a great product. So super excited about that. Of course, my eyebrow, what I do with my NYX pencil, here it is. No, that's not it. My NYX brow pencil and the NYX glue. These are, you know, items that I use all the time and am super excited about. I use the Hella Thick on my bottom lashes. So that's, I really like that. Let's talk about, of course, the Butter Bronzer. This is very nice. Again, I'll have to play with this a little bit more. It does look a little cakey. Now, I just don't know if that is because of the foundation that it's on top of. So I might play with this with one of the foundations that I know that I love that works really well on me and see if I get less of a cakey, dry look. So I'll definitely have to play with this more. Went on very smooth. It is very pigmented. It definitely warmed up the face, and I'm excited to keep using this. I just think it looks just a little cakey, but I think that might be a result of this and possibly maybe the sunscreen underneath. So I'll have to play with that a little bit more on its own. The new blush color, obviously with my one of my holy grails, these Juvia blushes. I can't say enough about them. This one and the blush lighters, they're just amazing. But this new color for my cheeks, super love. Definitely will be a blush color that I will use as a topper fairly often. And let's talk about the Nabla Wildberry 6-pan Cutie Palette. Big fan of how it applied, how it's pigmented, just not as big a fan on the color story. I just don't think I'm gonna get a ton of use. But if this is a color story that you think will fit in very nicely, I mean, it is a great, the shadows are great, they went on great, they blended really well. Just not a color story I think I'm gonna be reaching for very often. So is it a great palette? Yes. Is it a color story that I will gravitate to in the future? No. And then I tried this new lip gloss color. I love the color. So it's just, you know, standard pink matte. I love L'Oreal lipsticks, these bullet lipsticks. When I wear a lipstick, for the most part, unless I'm wearing my Maybelline vinyl inks that I love, that are really super long lasting. And these and the e.l.f. O Face are by far my two favorite bullet lipsticks by far. And so I think that is it. Is there anything else that I missed? I don't think so. Everything out here on my desk. So super excited about spring. Got some great spring makeup looks coming for you. I've got some new palettes coming in that I picked up. One palette from Ulta. The Sephora sale is coming. Plus I'm keeping my eye on a few of the more expensive things from like Huda Beauty and Danessa Myricks. They run even better sales through their individual websites. So I'm kind of waiting for a really great sale to come along. There's a couple of palettes of Danessa Myricks I like to pick up, and then also a palette from Huda Beauty that I would like to pick up. Maybe when I'm on my vacation, they will go on sale and I will pick those up. But I am excited that spring is in the air. This is your beauty story for today. So here is the final look. I hope you have a blessed rest of your week, and I will see you in the next beauty story. Remember, you get to choose every day to dress with purpose.